What if everything you bought to stop mosquitoes was completely useless? Not slightly ineffective, completely scientifically useless. And what if a simple $2 trap, built from trash, outperformed all of it? Stay right here, because this changes everything you thought you knew. Every summer, millions of people buy the same products over and over again. They light the candles, plug in the devices, spray the yard, and still get eaten alive. And the reason nobody talks about is that these products are not designed to solve your problem. They are designed to be bought again next season. Let's start with the bug zapper, that glowing blue machine humming on your porch. Studies show only about 4% of insects killed in zappers are actually biting mosquitoes. Read that again slowly. 4%. The other 96% are moths, beetles, and other beneficial insects your yard's ecosystem desperately needs. You are spending money to destroy your own garden's natural defenders. Then there are citronella candles, the classic summer staple on every patio table. They create a protection zone of exactly 3 feet in diameter around the flame. 3 feet is barely enough space for one person to sit still. The moment a breeze shifts direction, or you lean forward to grab your drink, that protection disappears completely and instantly. What about yard sprays, the ones the truck pumps along your fence line? Those sprays knock down the adult mosquitoes flying around your yard tonight, but they do absolutely nothing about the hidden standing water where the next generation is already hatching. You spray today, and a fresh wave of mosquitoes emerges by next Tuesday morning. And then there are the ultrasonic plug-ins, those little devices promising to repel mosquitoes with sound waves. Independent scientific studies have found 0 measurable mosquito-repelling effects from these devices. 0. The Federal Trade Commission has repeatedly fined manufacturers for making claims that have no scientific support whatsoever. These products exist purely because people desperately want to believe they work. So here's the question you should be asking. Why do female mosquitoes find you at all? What signal are they following across a dark yard to land directly on your arm? The answer is carbon dioxide. Every breath you exhale is a beacon, a chemical signal that mosquitoes track from distances of up to 150 feet away. They are not guessing. They are following a trail of gas straight to you. This is the insight that changes everything. And it came not from a laboratory or a billion-dollar company. It came from communities that had no other option but to figure it out themselves. The trap we are about to build mimics that exact carbon dioxide signal. It creates a competing source of CO2 that is stronger and more consistent than your breath. Mosquitoes follow it, enter a funnel, land on liquid, and drown. It costs less than $3 a month to run. Here is exactly how you build it. First, grab an empty, clean 2-liter plastic soda bottle. Any brand works fine, just make sure it is thoroughly rinsed out. Cut the bottle completely in half, but not at the midpoint. You want to cut about 1/3 of the way down from the top, so you get a shorter funnel piece and a taller bottom container piece. Now you are going to make the bait mixture that produces the carbon dioxide. Start by combining 1 cup of warm water with 1/4 cup of brown sugar and stir until the sugar fully dissolves. This is critical. Let the water cool to room temperature before adding anything else. Hot water kills the live cultures you are about to add, and your trap will not work. Once the mixture is cooled, add 1 packet of dry baker's yeast, which is the same yeast you find in any grocery store baking aisle. Then add 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Finally, drop in a few strips of overripe banana peel. The browner the better. That fermentation combination is your engine, and it runs beautifully. Pour that entire mixture into the bottom half of the bottle, the tall container piece. Now take the top funnel piece and flip it completely upside down so that the narrow bottle spout points downward toward the liquid. Slide that inverted funnel piece inside the container. The spout should hover just above the surface of the liquid without touching it. Wrap the entire side seam where the 2 pieces meet with duct tape. Go all the way around twice and press it firmly. You cannot leave even a tiny gap here. Any opening is an escape route, and you want mosquitoes going in but never coming back out. The seal is everything. Now take something sharp and poke a small hole near the top edge of the bottle. Run a piece of twine or string through the hole and tie a knot so the trap can hang. Hang the trap at head height, somewhere between 5 and 6 feet off the ground. Place it in a shaded area, not in direct sunlight. Heat kills the fermentation process faster and shortens the life of your bait. Leave the trap alone for the first 24 hours. Do not check it, do not move it. By the second day, the yeast has consumed enough sugar to begin producing large amounts of carbon dioxide. That gas drifts outward in a plume, and mosquitoes in the area start tracking it like a compass needle pointing north. By day 2, your trap is fully live and actively working. Here is why the apple cider vinegar does something that sugar and yeast alone cannot do. When a mosquito enters the funnel and lands on the surface of that liquid, a normal water surface has enough tension to support her weight briefly. The vinegar breaks that surface tension completely. The moment she touches the liquid, she sinks and cannot recover. There is no resting on top, no flying back out. The vinegar is the final lock on the door. Now here is where most people make a critical mistake that turns their trap from a solution into a problem. They hang the trap right next to where they sit outside. Do not do this. Because the trap actively attracts mosquitoes with a strong CO2 signal, placing it near your chair means you are drawing a swarm directly toward yourself. You become part of the attraction zone. Place your trap strategically between the mosquitoes and yourself. Mosquitoes rest and hide during the day in dense shrubs, under decks, near wood piles, and along fence lines with tall grass. Those hiding spots are where the trap should be positioned. Your trap intercepts them before they ever reach your seating area. One bottle covers a radius of about 20 to 30 feet. That sounds like a lot, but a typical suburban backyard is much larger than that. For a normal-sized residential yard, you need 4 to 5 bottles positioned around the perimeter. If you have a larger property with multiple acres, you are looking at 10 to 12 traps scattered strategically around the outer edge and common gathering spots. There is one rule above all others that determines whether this system works or becomes a disaster. Replace the bait every single week without exception. The fermentation sweet spot runs from day 2 through day 6. By the 7th day, the yeast has consumed all available sugar and CO2 production stops completely. The trap goes cold and does nothing. Worse than that, if you leave old bait sitting in the bottle for weeks, you create standing water inside the trap itself. Standing water is where mosquitoes lay eggs. Your forgotten trap becomes a mosquito nursery, and you have made your problem dramatically worse instead of better. Empty it, rinse it, and rebuild the bait every Sunday. Make it a weekly habit, the same way you take out the trash. But here's something the trap alone cannot solve. It kills the adult mosquitoes flying tonight, but it does not prevent next week's generation from emerging. For that, you need to think about the full cycle. After every rain event, walk your entire property and look for standing water, anywhere water has collected, and sit still. A single tablespoon of standing water is enough for a female mosquito to lay 200 eggs. Dump it all. Every bucket, every tarp depression, every clogged gutter, every flower pot saucer. Do this walk every 2 to 3 days during rainy periods. This step alone stops the next wave before it ever begins. If you want to add a natural biological layer to your defense, consider installing purple martin birdhouses. These birds nest in colonies, and they feed continuously on flying insects throughout the entire nesting season. Mount the houses 12 to 15 feet high in an area with clear open sky above. They need visibility and flight space. Purple martins are not a silver bullet, but they add a living, self-sustaining layer of pest control that works every single day at no cost. The final layer is a dust garden. Along the edges of wherever you sit outside, plant a border of aromatic herbs. Lavender, mountain mint, rosemary, lemon balm, and marigolds all release scent compounds that mosquitoes actively avoid. This is not just decoration. It creates a natural chemical barrier along the perimeter of your outdoor living space. Plant them densely, close together, right at the border of your patio or seating area. When these 4 pieces work together, something shifts. The bottle traps eliminate the adults flying tonight. The standing water walk kills next week's generation before they hatch. The purple martins continuously reduce the flying insect population. And the dust garden creates a passive scent wall that pushes remaining mosquitoes away from where you actually spend your time. This is a system built on biology, not chemistry. It is permanent, cheap, and it compounds over time. You do not need expensive machines or monthly subscriptions or a yard service truck that charges you every 6 weeks. You need $3 in ingredients, an empty bottle, and 1 Sunday every week. That is the complete system, and it works in every season, in every climate, for every size of property. Drop a comment right now and tell me where you are placing your first trap in your yard. I read every single comment, and I personally reply to as many as I can, so drop yours below. And if this information genuinely changed how you think about mosquito control, hit that follow button right now. More videos exactly like this one are already on the way, and you do not want to miss a single one.